Do all grenades fly the same distance? What about bouncing off walls? How to throw a wall grenade to leave no chance of survival? And how do you even understand where the grenade will fly? In this video I will answer these questions. We will cover everything you need to know about grenades. Let's not delay. Grenades have a multitude of applications. They can be used to check if there's an enemy lurking in a dark and scary corner, to force them out of a strong position, to deceive them and try to kill them before detonation, and simply with the aim of explode them. The most important and valuable knowledge you need to acquire is VOG 17, a piece of crap. I'll explain why, but first let's talk about something else. The main characteristic in the description of a grenade is the time until its detonation. RGN and RGO, they are contact grenades and explode instantly. But accidentally blowing yourself up won't happen, because if you throw it too close, there will be a delay before detonation. VOG 25 explodes in 2 seconds. VOG 17 3 seconds. RGD and F1 3.5 seconds, M67 5 seconds. This duration indicates for what purposes and when they can and should be used. F1 and RGD are versatile. They can be used to scare someone, to attack before detonation, and if you are lucky, you might kill someone. M67 is purely deceptive. Literally, everyone can run away from it, even if they're in a wheelchair. So it's only suitable for intimidating the enemy and attempting an attack when they rotate. VOG 25 is just a tweet. You can throw it in such a way that there's no chance of escaping. It's only suitable for attempting to explode. VOG 17. Well, I don't even know why it's needed, probably to scare birds. And I also note that the explosion of each grenade creates a dust cloud, which can help you run through the corridor unharmed. Let's start with the basics. The damage from any grenade consists of 2 things: blast damage and shrapnel damage. The explosion kills at a fixed distance, which is different for each grenade. Shrapnel, on the other hand, can come flying at you at almost any distance. However, it can only kill you if it hits you in the neck or head, and even a class 1 armor can stop it. But a logical question arises: what are the chances that you'll be killed by shrapnel at all? I waste about 3 million buying grenades and when to detonate them. And I threw more than 100 grenades at a distance of 7.5 meters, and guess what? How many pieces of shrapnel hit me? And the correct answer is 0. None. Although I didn't check the M67 at a distance of 7.5 meters, because this grenade kills even at such a distance. In the description of each grenade, we see the number of fragments, as well as some explosion damage numbers, which have their range. In practice, it's not like that at all. There's a very fine line where the grenade doesn't damage you at all, and you literally get closer by 10 centimeters and there's no wet spot left on you. So, if you were killed by shrapnel in a raid, or if you managed to survive the grenade explosion, losing half of your HP, know that you were just incredibly lucky to be in an extremely rare situation. Just for your information, RGO and RGN will only kill you if you practically hit a PMC. That's a maximum of 3 to 4 meters of the lethal zone. VOG 17 5.5 meters. F1 6.8 meters, RGD 7 meters, M67 7.5 meters. Subscribing to Patreon is not just a choice, it's a decision to become the best of the best. If you want to master the basics of this game, understand how to assemble weapons, understand all mechanics to the last detail, you should take and subscribe. Link in the description. How to understand where the grenade will fly? In fact, accurately only through gaining experience. Because it depends on your strength. But the index finger can help you orient yourself. At least horizontally, it points correctly. Besides, there are also two fingers. By them, too, you can try to orient yourself in terms of throwing distance. Throwing a grenade. Yes, many will say that there's nothing special here. You throw far with the LMB, close with the RMB. Well, from the obvious, you can throw the grenade further while jumping. But there are two more options that not everyone knows about. Firstly, you can throw a grenade while running. This is very useful if you want to throw somewhere far, but the ceiling doesn't allow you to make a strong arc. To do this, click LMB and start running. The second option is to hold down LMB, start running, and at the end of the run, while jumping, click LMB. And this way you will throw the grenade exactly when you need it, while throwing it quite far. Do all grenades fly the same distance? Well, let's find out. It's a very convenient situation. I'm aiming at the pipe with my finger and pay attention to the shadow. We will use it to understand where the grenade landed. Vogue 17 hit the shadow precisely. Vogue 25 likewise, RGD similarly, but M67 flew significantly further. RGO flew just a little farther. Zarya hit the shadow, smoke grenade as well. F1 flies as far as RGD. So all grenades fly to the same distance, except M67, which is through much further, and the RGO, which also flies a bit further. Now let's check their bounce of the wall. First, let's mark the point on it that we'll aim at. And the logic here is quite similar. Vogue 17, Vogue 25, F1, RGD, they bounce almost identically. But M67 goes a bit further. But there's another feature I noticed. If you throw a grenade, it first lands on the ground and then may roll or bounce of it in a certain direction. And who would have thought? But different grenades have different logic in this process. For example, F1 often tends to roll to the left. Out of 4 throws, it literally did so every time. RGD, on the other hand, tends to roll forward and sometimes bounce to the left. Out of 4 times, it flew to the left only once. Vogue 25 is pure randomness, sometimes to the left, sometimes to the right, but it never rolled forward. Vogue 17, on the other hand, more often rolls to the left. Well, M67 behaved similarly to RGD. How to throw Vogue 25 to guarantee a kill? I think you need to see for yourself how it looks, what distance it covers, and what curve it makes. The volunteer's task was to run away exactly when the grenade lands near them. And through trial and error we found the perfect angle where escaping is simply impossible. Naturally, if the enemy hears in advance and starts to react, which you shouldn't let happen, they'll leave. But we know how sounds works in this game. The problem with the Vogue 17 is that its detonation time is 3 seconds. No matter how hard I try to find an angle to detonate it without giving any chance to escape, it's almost impossible. The most popular location for grenade throwing is the factory, and the most popular place where it's easiest to throw a grenade and get an easy kill is the death corridor. I thought that Vogue 17 could be at least realized in this format. However, no. No matter how hard I tried to throw it, I simply couldn't make a sufficient curve to make it work. We even decided to take a much longer distance out of curiosity, but even so, it's very difficult to throw a 3-pointer and instantly kill. With the Vogue 25, it's a completely different story. It's simply impossible to escape from it, and the time before its detonation is perfect for it to reach the end of the corridor and explode. Moreover, you can barely hear the sound of someone pulling a pin from the end of the corridor. because as we know from the video about sound, its range is approximately plus minus 30 meters. In conclusion, I can know that Vox 17 has a very small killing radius, detonates in 3 seconds, which doesn't suit anywhere. It's not easy to detonate, and there's too little time for pre-detonation attack. Overall, it's just the worst grenade. How difficult is it for you to complete a Grenadier quest? How many grenades do you take with you on a raid? Write in the comments, it will be interesting to read. Thank you for watching until the end. Good luck, all the best. Bye bye.